How many of you have iPhones? Yes, they're convenient, user-friendly, and one of the only acceptable vehicles to communicate. But it isn't just our school or New Jersey. 43% of all smartphone users own Apple iPhones. And it isn't all about the technology either. It's about something that goes right with it: design. The design of the iPhone itself is sleek, modern, minimalist, and generally pleasing to the eye. As Dave Wiskus, author and social commentator, stated, what Apple did was break down the product not by how the technology worked, but by how the people worked. Design goes way beyond the aesthetic of someone's Instagram feed. It's revolutionizing the economy. We're actually in the early stages of a design renaissance, of designers and marketing salesmen coming together to find out the perfect design for an object. It begs the question of, what do we find aesthetically pleasing? How do human beings interact with physical objectivity around them? Because, essentially, design isn't just a frivolous aspect of technology. It's the future. Human beings were so meticulously crafted that it's only logical we create items that fit us perfectly, in every sense. Think about household appliances, dish soaps and vacuums and pillows. These items we use every day were literally made, well, for us. The functionality of these designs obviously plays a huge part in sales, but it's the design of these objects that makes us buy them in the first place. First, let's talk about aesthetic. Finding one's aesthetic is such a prominent part of pop culture, there's even a BuzzFeed quiz for it. When I took this quiz, I got a Scandinavian DIY blog. This quiz that took a total of 2 minutes actually low-key told me who I am. I have a touch for minimalism and can't stand gaudy clutter. Whether this was spot on or horribly wrong, it was able to identify my very being by clicking on which patterns I find aesthetically pleasing. Instagram itself is a prime example of how aesthetics literally define us. As part of the youth, we post pictures that we think are cool, give off a certain message, or that we find interesting. We use apps like Instagram to create, innovate, and inspire. And with today's modern technology, design is all around us. In pictures, advertisements, fashion, furniture, and even food. At this point, design isn't just easy to access. It's almost unavoidable. So a chair is just a chair, right? I mean, sure, they're used as home decor, but they have a genuine purpose. As Krim Rashid, notable industrial chair designer, noted, that in today's society, there is no reason why we would have an uncomfortable chair. After all, designers are morphing chairs into more comfortable and innovative creations. And this task often calls for roundtable discussions of designers and marketing salesmen meeting up and discussing, learning, and drawing templates. It's not about sitting with a blank piece of paper and trying to invent a brand new product. It's about taking the plethora of products that are already in existence and converting them into something fresh and new. Taking an object and saying, it works, isn't the goal of these design professionals. The goal is to have consumers purchase these items and feel as though they have not only made their lives less complicated, but better. Also, according to Interaction Design Foundation, a forum for designers worldwide, aesthetics please us and improve our well-being. We then discuss cognitive processes by which visual stimuli are easily recognized, and thus are essential to the evolution of environments and products themselves. Peering into what will chemically please human beings seems like the job of a scientist. But design has a significant psychological benefit. Different objects set off different moods and atmospheres, and human beings tend to pick them up. The functionality of a toothbrush isn't worth much if it feels clunky in our hands and looks random in the mirror. A toothbrush isn't just a toothbrush. It's not some extraneous variable. It's an extension of human nature, and it's an extension of how much we value cleanliness and how we foster that. Humans interacting with the environment is a common theme recurring in all of history. Creating, adapting, technologically evolving, these are all things that we're basically programmed to do. Designers, however, have to look into the future, if you will. They have to theorize what humans will use, brag about, and purchase. And in order to do that, the human psyche has to be picked apart and analyzed. Because, after all, any object can be minimalistic. It's about bringing design and functionality together. That speaks to what humans want, and inevitably, what they'll need.